dress. It's very beautiful by the way, I must commend. It's not easy to make for celebrities. And I'm sure that you guys have spent a lot. So please, if you see them, squeeze. Okay, you're seeing them, just squeeze something in their hands. But beyond that, there's world outside the fashion training. And I don't know how your training works, but you've seen your boss, you've seen how she attends to customers, you've seen that it just goes beyond I've learned the fashion thing. And just to quickly pick out from some of the things that our MC was saying, she was asking us a question about what was the worst experience. And almost everybody that spoke said they had a bad experience with tailors. And in the way I'm seated, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. And when I wanted to start out, I told myself something, that a lot of people always say that Nigerian tailors disappoint. Now, you don't know if abroad tailors disappoint you, but you're just a Nigerian tailor, but because we're open to Nigerian tailors. And that's the name or the frame that they are giving the Nigerian tailors. But you can decide to stand out. How do Nigerian tailors disappoint? Someone will say, somebody now said something like, I give her a cloth, she starts that work on that day. Another person said, oh, she didn't make it to fit. These are challenges. So I've not even brushed into the topic, but I'm just trying to pick that out. These are challenges that people have. So say, for example, our MC had issues with fit. It means that I can walk up to her and sell myself to her by telling her that you can never have issues with fit if you patronize me. I win it, and I tell her, okay, try, I will convince you. I'm going to give you discount on your first order so that you can just try me out. And if somebody else says, oh, everybody disappoints, and I can tell you, because when I started out, that was two things that I wanted to cancel. So I didn't raise my hand when she asked us to tell us what's experience, because I wanted to talk about it during my speech. The worst experience I would say I had learned the freehand part of fashion. And I think I'd also been learning pattern online, but I didn't do a full training. So when I went to serve in Akwa Ibom, there was a woman who patronized me. I've been sewing for her. Now, in one hand, old confidence. I was confident. I've been sewing for her. And then she said, oh, because you are good, I have a sister in, there's one country she mentioned like that. It's not a popular country, but it's not in Nigeria, it's not an African country. That they really want to make a lot so that they will take it there and resell. I think they wanted to resell or they wanted to be wearing, but it was a lot. So I was meant to shop for the fabric and I was also meant to sew for them. I was very excited because I mean, a young tailor, you have plenty order like that. So at that time, I'd finished my training. I went back to Lagos and she connected me with her sisters. And so they sent me money, oh, do this fabric. So I went shopping, produced for them. It was Ghana must go. It was free, Ghana must go. And I sent it over. And can anybody guess what they said when they got the cloth? Huh? I wish that was what they said.
It wasn't fine.
I wish that was what they said. I'll save you the stress. So they sent a message saying, what are these rags that you see? So that was that, and when I read that, I was like, wow. Because you know when you make clothes and then you see it in your face, it's fine. You're like, no, when my customer gets this thing.
She will say
it is just what you train yourself with. Keeping up to time, your word majorly, whatever you say, it reflects in business. Whatever you say, let them meet it like that. Oh, I'm already at Oshodi. Let them meet you at Oshodi. It shouldn't be that, oh, I'm actually at Dr. Mumbo, I'm already close to Oshodi. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when it comes to upgrade, because let me just try and round up, but when it comes to upgrade in fashion, upgrade is in two ways. Like, she did a training before and then she saw a need. And then she felt, okay, let me do a training. And I'm sure that even after the training she had with the sodium, she has probably done several trainings. It's not, you can't be in one place for long. The fashion world evolves too much, too fast. So we're in October. By November, I can guarantee that there will be a new trend. By December, maybe they are using feathers. By this one, maybe they are not using beaded. They are using fabric painting now. So God help you that your art and this thing teacher in secondary school. You did not listen to them. So a lot of things are evolving. You have perceived that you are worthy of that price. That's one thing I have learned. You would price something, you keep pricing that thing because you have not exactly felt the worth of that thing. But the moment they give you something, sometimes it's like you have even been looking for it for a very long time. You just pay without pricing. And it's the same thing that works in business. You can't exactly name your price per se. So in quotes, you can't exactly tell me now and say that, oh, because I'm the one wearing this and because I came from TTB stitches, you're meant to pay me 500k for this dress. You can't, each one of us will say, oh, I'm not doing trends, but you have to know what's in vogue. For example, as a fashion instructor, even if I don't want to do fabric painting, I have to know what fabric painting is about. Because a student might ask you, oh, I can see that there's a trend now on fabric painting. Can you explain briefly what it is? And you don't necessarily have to be an instructor for you to know that. It's just you being aware of what is going on in your industry. It's a huge industry. We grew up knowing fashion as a roadside thing, but I must let you know that it goes beyond that. It's a whole industry. The same way you have a banking industry, you have the medical, the health industry, and all of that. Fashion is a huge industry. If you have professionals in those areas, you have professionals in fashion as well. So decide what you want to do, whether it is Ashwebi you want to do, or it's bespoke, or you want to advance into wedding dresses, or maybe you just decide that, okay, I'm not interested in this, all of this, I want to be doing shoemaking or bag making. Whatever you choose to do, it's fine. But no pinkish and everything is fine. But expect that there are people who will look down on your work. And that's what will bring me into knowing your worth as a fashion designer. Because perception is very important. So the way I look at this and I'm like, wow, this is so nice, took time bidding, all of that. Somebody else can look at it and say, no, it's too much, this and that, this and. So there is a perception that people have. The same way you will go to the supermarket and somebody will say they like pig milk. Another person will say pig milk is bad, it's 3 crown I like. Do you know they are both milk? But different brands, people have different perceptions. Somebody has once said that Lagacera is used to wash meat something. It will stop some people from drinking it. And it has stopped some people from drinking it. But knowing your worth is you first believing in what you do. Now that word that I heard that day actually moved me to go and learn more. I can see that you make beautiful dresses, but I can also tell that when students graduate from school, fashion school, their confidence level is not here yet. So somebody can walk up to you and say, why is your this expensive? Outside is 10,000 naira. You are not sure of what you carry. You are not sure of what you know yet. And that's why maybe Tutu saw that there was a need for you for us to have this conversation about knowing your worth. How do you know your worth? When somebody told me this is rag, the same person who said this is rag, our sister had commended my work a lot. But I also decided that I would not. So let me branch a bit. There's something I believe that I always talk about. So I'm paraphrasing now and using my own words. You don't jump into it, you grow into it. So you have learned. I don't know if you were posting all through the period where you were learning. That's you informing people that I am not the Damilola or Lola Dia you used to know before. I'm going to advance. What you are doing is you are increasing your worth. But beyond that, you still might not even be able to charge what TTB is charging yet. But you would have to grow, because if you go out today and say, yes, I want to start charging 500k, except if you have the clientele, then it's fine. But if you go out and say you want to start charging 500k, some people will be like, when this is finished learning that you want to start charging 500k. Growing into it is, you are saying some customers, you want them to taste it. Like our coach will say that Suya Man principle. When you go to the Suya Man, when you say you want to buy something, it actually gives you a taste of it. And sometimes when you taste it, you might increase it. That, okay, instead of 500, give me 700. Do you understand? But the Sherman principle in businesses, I'm giving you a taste of what I can do, so that you can perceive my value and be able to give me my worth. So is that I'm telling you that this is 500k, you're telling me, oh no, I cannot do 500k. But she has maybe a simple gown that she wants to make, and it's probably just 20k or 30k. and she can afford to pay me that, or we can reach an agreement on whatever price, I might charge that even if it is not my worth, just because I want to prove to you what I can do. So when you see the neat finishing, you see, oh, at the first fitting, if it actually fits me, you have the confidence to give me something that is way more. Do you know that there are customers that you have that know came to me and gave it to me that, oh, I'll give you this one. Then there was one Ankara that is cheap and I know that Ankara will fade. She now said, this one I'll not give it to you, I'll go and give it to sister. She mentioned that person's name. Person is also a tailor, said that one will not charge me plenty, I'll give her some, but this fabric is expensive, I cannot give her that one. And it opened my eyes to realize that even customers know what to give you.
Yeah.
And they give you based on how they perceive your value.
Yeah.
So once they can see that, oh wow, she can do this, she can do that, you also have to build your image. There might be no time to talk about building your brand image and all of that, or maybe you can take time to read on it, on building brand image. It's also a way of how people perceive you. She would tell me, because she knows that even if she gives me that Ankara, the price I will charge is the price of how I would sew a normal outfit. And normal outfit is that I don't do because you paid 5 naira, so I'm going to sew badly for you. Whether it is free, whether it is cheap, whether it is expensive, the standard is the same. So regardless, wherever they take that piece to, I can boldly say that's Losodium outfit, whether they paid for it or not. Do you understand what I said?